Ropp Star Gang, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Welcome to today's episode. The do's and don'ts for the Carolina Panthers in this 2024 for the 2024 draft class for the Carolina Panthers. And then we're going to talk about this roster, where we have holes in it, where we need to fill them. And then we're going to talk about trading down. We're going to talk about trading down. We're going to talk about trading down because that's been a big, huge discussion as of late for the Carolina Panthers. I mean, we literally are right around the corner from draft day. Might check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. For some reason, that mic just went out. Okay, that's weird. All right, I think we're good now. Sorry. So appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So we're gonna go over the do's and don'ts. We'll go over the do's first, and we're gonna use a mock draft simulator to kind of go over this. And I'm just gonna use PFF. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. So we're looking at this from a standpoint too. All right, perfect. Y'all can hear me now. All right, good. All right, perfect. Guys, if you're just joining in, wherever you're watching, whether you're on Twitter or TikTok, make sure you pound the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss any new content. All right. How about Scheffler pick from Friday? Hey, Randall, you hit it. You hit the number on the head, my friend. You hit the number on the head. There will be calls. 33 for sure. I think I truly believe, Zach, that there's going to be calls for the Panthers at 33 because of depending on the quarterback situation. How many of these quarterbacks are going to go off the board in the first round? Right now, it seems like we know the first three. Caleb, Jaden Daniels, right? You also got to think about Drake May. The reason why I'm bringing this up to the 33rd pick is because if JJ McCarthy's off the board, Bo Nix is off the board. Let's say all five of those guys go out of the first round. And the Raiders go, and I've seen a lot of mock drafts where the Raiders are going and getting an offensive tackle, and then they get Michael Penix in the second. I've seen multiple times where I'm telling you right now, Michael Penix, if he's there in the second round, someone's going to be calling our phone at 33 to move up and go get him. Teams like maybe Miami. I know that sounds crazy because of Tua Tagovailoa, but Raiders, are they really going to rock with Aiden O'Connell? I doubt that. I think Denver goes and get Bo Nix. I think the Giants or the Vikings go get JJ McCarthy again. It's going to be interesting because I know the Vikings want Drake May, so they would have to trade up to get there. It all really depends on how this pans out. I think it depends on that. I think it depends on the wide receiver position. And and what these teams are really trying to do. Because I mean, it's so hard to predict. We can sit here and say all the hypotheticals we want, but I do believe someone's going to be ringing our phone for that 33rd pick, especially if Michael Penix is still available in the second round. I think that we have to keep a quick eye on that quarterback position as we're going into the day 2 of the draft, because there's still some guys sitting there in the second round, like Bo Nix possibly, or hell, Michael Penix is still there. I think JJ McCarthy's going in the first round now after everything. I think between those top 3 picks plus whatever at number 6 for the Vikings there, and whatever the Raiders do and the Broncos do, and the picks that I'm really interested to see is what the first 3 picks, of course, how that falls out. But then 11, 12, and 13 make it very interesting to me. And then after that, teams like Jacksonville, the Steelers, let's see, the Cowboys and the Bills and the Ravens make it interesting to see where they go, and Kansas City. Those are the most I'm really interested in seeing what those teams pick, because it is going to determine what we pick, I think, at 33rd, if we decide to trade back or, our phone calls ringing. Because again, like I said, I think these teams right here, besides the first 3 teams, I know the Giants, and I know for a fact the Vikings, the Broncos, and the Raiders are looking for a quarterback. I think Miami is also in that quarterback conversation, because I still don't know. I still believe that they don't know what they want or that what they have at in Tua. I don't think they trust him there. And I've seen a lot of Miami fans not trusting Tua. What's up, Anthony? All right, let's get into this. So let's talk about this. It's let's take a breezy spin through this Panthers, how they ought to cook things up in this 2024 draft. I think it's going to be a hoot. I think it's going to be interesting. First things first, they're going to trade down. I think they do. I think they're going to shuffle the deck a little bit. I think the Panthers aren't exactly eyeing a Super Bowl ring this year. So why not gather up some extra goodies, right? And they might not have a first round pick, but that 33rd pick spot is pure gold. And I think teams are going to be itching to snag a quarterback, like I said. And I think the Panthers could play gatekeeper and score some sweet deals at that 33rd pick. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. Another thing they should do is obviously snag a wide receiver in round 2. Pick, all right, you got your quarterback, Bryce Young. He's got tossing it to Deontay Johnson and Thielen, but it's not great, but it's better than what we had last year on paper. That's for sure. Because both of those fellows might be hitting the road soon. At least Adam Thielen for sure. We'll see how Deontay Johnson, if they decide to keep him here. So the Panthers need to grab a fresh face wide receiver who can grow alongside Bryce Young, maybe even step up as that main man down the road. So I think they definitely snag a wide receiver in round 2. Now, another thing is that they need to bolster up that that cornerback room. Okay. I think they need to bolster up the cornerback room. And, you look at these list of cornerbacks. I mean, Dane Jackson might be getting some burn, but let's not rest on his shoulders. Okay. I think J.C. Horn's injury history, Jackson, and then, of course, Jackson's lack of experience. It's going to be smart for them to beef up that cornerback room. And lucky for us, there's talent within the early rounds to get a good corner. Now, get a backup plan at the center is another thing. I think it's pivotal because, again, Austin Corbett, you're pivoting him to the center. To me, it sounds a little peachy, but there's no guarantees in football. Okay, so with a couple of knee hiccups, no snaps under the belt at center. I think it's wise to get a backup plan, time to scout out some solid options to anchor that O line. For example, if we're talking about some centers, man, I mean, we've got plenty in here. Zach Frazier, Van Pran, of course, JPJ, which he's right there. Another guy out of Oregon. So those guys, I think, obviously are the top three for me. But definitely need to bolster it up. I like Van Pran at 65 if we go there. So that's a couple things that I would say. Grab trade back that I can see. Like, these are the dues I'm okay with. Trading back, grabbing a receiver, shoring up that cornerback room, and locking down the center spot for sure. If we can get a next year's first round for somebody desperate for quarterback, it would be huge. I mean, we already have a first round next year, but if we want to get an extra pick, I mean, for sure. So we do have a first round next year, luckily enough. But yeah, if we can get a next year's first for somebody desperate for a quarterback, it would be huge for sure. I would even say if the Raiders wanted to trade us the 33rd pick, I would be okay taking this, or not that, but giving them the 33rd, for example. Let's say the Raiders are calling us. I would be okay with something like that, but I don't know if we would able to do that. Okay, if that was the case. So, all right. So the don'ts for me, I'll say this: the don'ts for me. Anthony Brown comes in and says, "There any chance we draft Peyton Wilson?" There's definitely a chance. I mean, but every mock draft I've seen him go, a lot of mock drafts I've seen him go in the first round, but he's right here available in this one. Again, all hypotheticals. Yeah, the last time he played center was back with the Browns. I know. And it was only a preseason games. I know. I'm definitely down trading back, maybe even get another first for next year or a second. I think it's more realistic that you're trading a 33rd pick and getting a future second round pick than you are getting a first round pick. I just don't see it happening. I think you could definitely do that, Chris. I think that if of course right now they're not showing interest, but I definitely think you could do that. I definitely could see some kind of scenario where it's like that. All right. I definitely can see it. So like I mean we could see if they take it, for example. Says they're not interested in trading for this pick, but who knows? Zero to Hero, 2 months membership. Appreciate that, Zero to Hero. I appreciate you. I'm Glitches. Okay, Glitches. That's my boy. Glitches has been here from like the beginning. Glitches has been here since I was Pantherology. He was here from the start. So he knows what's up. Hen Brown, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you joining the live stream. Stacy Beeman's in the house. If Kool-Aid's sitting there 33, you take him, period. I wouldn't be mad at Kool-Aid McKinstry. I really wouldn't. I really like TJ Tampa better, me personally, but I wouldn't be mad at Kool-Aid McKinstry either. Stacy, I wouldn't be mad about it. Also, I am, guy. There we go. I agree. Someone always falls out of the first. We need to grab a quality player at 33. I think that we're going to trade back no matter what. I think someone's definitely going to be calling us for the 33 pick, whether we trade back there or not. I think that we also need to think about possibly trading back at 39. I think that we need to get a key player for sure. I think they get a wide receiver in the second. So at 33, I'm predicting a wide receiver. I think they trade back the 39th pick if they do trade back with anything, but I wouldn't be surprised. Again, like I said, if the Raiders don't pick a quarterback in the second round, like for example with this, and Michael Penix is there at at available, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders aren't going to be calling to go up and get him. Yes, I think we'll add to the defensive line him, Brown. I definitely think so. I definitely think so. Josh is trying to keep himself realistic. I love it. He's like, I think that this team's going to do some fucking stupid ass shit that they've done in the past, which they have. We've been known to do some stupid stuff, haven't we, Josh? We've just not been able to hit on things. So let's flip the script, though. Let's talk about what the Panthers ought to steer away from, okay, in this draft. Okay, we got to talk about, let's say, what they got to steer away from. Okay, they got to get out of here. Number one for me is trading up. Okay, the number one thing for me is they do not trade up. The Panthers went all out with a big trade up move, and lightning rarely strikes twice. You know that saying, lightning rarely strikes twice. I don't think they do that. You got a fresh GM, a new coach at the helm. They need to play it cool and not gamble away more picks. They need to gamble away that and trading down, not trading up. The draft this draft is deep enough to find gems without making risky moves. Okay? Can we all agree to that? Can we all agree to that? I think it's going to be a wide receiver, center, linebacker draft need wise. Yeah. It wouldn't be surprise me if the Panthers trade into the first. It doesn't make sense, but I could see it happening. I mean, it doesn't make sense either to me, glitches, but again, I think we could all see it happening for sure. Again. Hen Brown, I get it. I hear you talking about, talking to Josh, and I see what you're saying, but again, I would not surprise me. It would not surprise me if we make some dumb decisions. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we will. I just wouldn't surprise me. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound the like button. Trying to get to 100 likes per live stream. That is the goal. So please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. There's 29 people watching on YouTube and over 8 people, 9 people, 30 people watching on YouTube, 9 people watching on Twitter. So make sure the 39 of you come on over here. Make sure you pound the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That's all I ask. It just helps out the channel tremendously. And everything is free, folks. This is not, you don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to pay a dime. But Glitches, thank you for becoming a member, by the way. Glitches, I do have I'm working on merch right now, guys. I have actually figured out making merch. So merch is on the way. I'm going to be making a lot of I'm going to try to be making some streetwear, and some cool stuff, so it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. Trying to make some streetwear stuff. All right. I wouldn't be mad if they want to trade back into the first, like pick 28 or something to grab someone plus get the fifth year option. Then Zach, thank you for joining putting that. Yeah, join the Discord, guys. It's free. It's a good way to communicate with me and the other guys. We're always chatting it up in there. Flame for Jesus is always in there too. We got a bunch of people in there always talking about it, and it's some good stuff. All right, another thing, since we're talking about what not to do now, don't ignore the defense in the round 2. I'm telling you right now. Don't ignore the defense in the round 2. This offense might be the buzzword with Bryce Young leading the charge. I think you can't sleep on defense. I think if there's a top-notch defensive talent that slips in the second round, I think the Panthers shouldn't hesitate to go and get it. All right, you got to build a solid D. It's just as crucial as beefing up that offense, okay? Again, I think another thing that the Panthers need to be careful with is don't reach for tight ends, okay? What I mean by that is don't reach for the tight ends. The Panthers have been starved for standing out tight ends since the Greg Olsen days, but desperation shouldn't lead to reckless picks. That's what I'm getting at. Not saying don't get a tight end. I'm just saying don't reach for one. Okay. That this year's tight end pool isn't overflowing with like surefire studs. So I think patience is key. I think there are definitely some studs in here, but are they day one starters? Not all of them. Are they project players? I would say so. But I think if the right player isn't there, you don't get it. You just stick with Tommy Trimble and make it a smart move. All right. I still think they go get a tight end, but again, I think you just don't want to reach. You know what I mean? You don't want to reach. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sweet. All right, cool. All right, so don't jump the gun on running backs, okay? Another thing is, I'm going to tell you this, and I know that Flame for Jesus was talking about this in the chat, um, and in the Discord, but I just don't think we need to jump the gun on the running back positions. The running back lineup might need a boost, but that doesn't mean jumping at the first name that pops up. I think with no clear standout in the running back rankings, I would say the only person I think is a clear standout, maybe Trey Benson, maybe Blake Corum. I'm not. Jonathan Brooks worries me with that ACL tear. Jalen Wright, he's gone up. He's moved up on boards, but is he as good as they have him up there? I don't know. But I think that there's no clear standout in the running back ranks. I really don't. I think the Panthers should resist the urge to reach for a running back. There's plenty of talent to be found in the later rounds without stretching for it. And again, guys, a lot of people are not remembering we are first on waiver wires. Okay. We are first on the waiver wire. All right. The reason why we're which means whichever teams decide to not stick with these certain players or cut certain players, right? We're the first to go and pick these up. So the draft day don'ts for me, though, again, is steer clear of trading up, keep an eye on defense, don't rush for tight ends, and hold off reaching for running backs. That is all I'm saying. Okay. Oh, Stacy, for sure. For sure. It was definitely Rule and Fitz owners and the owner's fault. For sure. What up, Matt Chatter? I like Braylon Allen too. I just don't think there's a true standout in this running back room. Can we trade Miles Sanders for a fifth or a sixth? I mean, we possibly could, but I don't know if we will. I can't. 23. I can't say that we will. I can't say that that's a narrative out there or a hypothetical I can put out there. I'm not going to say that that's a guarantee. You know what I mean? All right. So here's the reason why I want to talk about trading down a little bit more. Okay. I want to talk about the trading down a little bit more. Here's the reason why. Okay. And I'm going to explain how they're going to trade down and how they do this. Okay. And I'm going to show you how they can do it. All right. So, for example, all right, I think you got to trade down. All right. You got to grab your sunglasses and you need to explore how this Panthers can master the art of trading down in this draft. Okay. Now let's get let's get acquainted with this draft down constitution. I'm kind of like reaching for here. It's all about the belief that the draft is a guessing game. So why not stack the odds in your favor for more picks? Okay. Now on to the game plan. Pick number 33. All right. We're right here, for example. Draft the best offensive player available. All right. So if we're looking at it from this standpoint, and we're gonna do a mock draft as I'm breaking down through this. Okay. And I'm just gonna select players I want, blah, blah, blah. This is it. So the best offensive player available. So best offensive player available. Okay. Tight end, running back, offensive tackle, O line. Technically, the best offensive player available, if we're going based off of this at 33. All right. Whether it's a wide receiver, tight end, center, you need to help Bryce Young out. Okay. Here's the reason why so best player available. It's Zach Frazier. I mean, if we're going based off this, now if we're going based off ADP, it's Lad. All right. It's Lad. Explain more about the waiver wire. I mean, really, this is it, Chris. We're first on the waiver wire because we finished dead last year, right? And basically we get the first chances at getting those players that we want based off whoever they cut, based off what teams they cut or release. We get those players first, and we can go and sign them before anyone else can. It's basically how it works. That's in basic terms. Who would be your ideal wide receiver we could get in the draft? I mean, my ideal wide receiver has been Xavier Legette. I'm still going to stick with that. I wouldn't be mad at Ladd or Troy. Like, I still think that like these wide receivers that I'm so high on. I know I talk about like Legette so much and some other guys, but I think the most ideal one for me, and I think it best fits this offense, is because of how his high point of the attack and how he gets to the ball, and the speed and size and the physicality he brings to the table. I think it's a Legette for me. Um, so again, so we're going. So the first thing is this is how we're going to do. This is the trade down game plan. We're going to take the best player available, offensive player available at 33. And again, I told y'all it's whether it's a center, wide receiver, or tight end. I'm going to take Zach Frazier here. Okay, he's the best player available. Now, if we're going based off of ADP, I'd taken Ladd. And I know, and I don't think any of y'all would be mad about Ladd. I can see us taking Ladd here instead of going Zach Frazier here. I'm gonna go based off of ADP, so we'll do Ladd here. We'll do Ladd. I just don't see them not getting a wide receiver at 33. So again, so we'll take Ladd there, for example. Now, pick number 39, I'm gonna trade down. I'm gonna trade down at 39. And I'm going to trade it to the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm telling you because, again, I'm telling you, and I think you trade them for the 144. I think you trade it for the 44 and pick 112 for 39. I think that's the most because you're trading down a few spots in the second round. It's the bread and butter of trading down. And we're following in the footsteps of savvy deals from last year, snagging an extra pick in the fourth round. Why settle for one and swing when you can take two? All right. So I'm off for this trade here. Perfect. Now again, I think for me, it's like I kind of want to go Jadavion Sanders. I kind of want to go Jadavion Sanders here because again, I think we still need. I don't want to reach for one, but at the same time, I'm so high on Jadavion Sanders, it's ridiculous. So I don't know. I'm not taking a center here at wide. I'm not taking Zach Frazier. Now I could take Zach Frazier here. Again, I could take the best offensive player available here. I could take TJ Tampa. All right. I think I could take the best defensive player available, and that's TJ Tampa, which we need room in that corner room. I can't rely on JC Horn. Okay. All right. That's true too, AJ. That's true too. Ladd over Frazier. Yep. In this scenario, we should get Ladd and Zach. Okay, Ladd. Why not get Zach? I'm not saying not get him. Yeah, weapons for Bryce. Yeah. I'm kind of like here's the thing I'm struggling with though. I mean, I told y'all sign Gilmore already. I just don't know if that's happened. Again, I mean, we do need a backup center, but again, I also think you got to bolster up this cornerback crew. I think it's smart beefing up that cornerback lineup for sure. But I do think it's pivotal for getting get a backup plan for center. Because of Austin Corbett. And his injury history. So I don't disagree with the Zach Frazier thing. Again, I just don't think Zach Frazier fits. I just don't think Zach Frazier fits the zone scheme as much as Van Pran does. His mobility is just so much better. I think that's the thing that that's the reason why I'm like all about Van Pran. Because he just fits. He just fits. So I'd rather go TJ Tampa here. So if we're looking at TJ Tampa, let's see. I mean, TJ Tampa is a dog. I mean, the thing is he notched over. He notched 44 tackles, 2 interceptions, 7 passes defended over 2023. I think he's a big cornerback with size, length. I think he will need to show the ability to run with fast and twitchy receivers to rise in his draft ranking. But again, I mean, that's not gonna change now. So with it being a week away, that's the only thing I would say about TJ Tampa. But again, I'm all about some centers here. In a real situation, you have to consider Van Pran probably doesn't fall in the third, in my opinion. I could see that too. I mean, Graham Barton is getting a lot of views though. Here's the thing: Graham Barton's getting a lot of views as a center. The guy out of Duke, which I'm not sure. Did he already get picked? I want to see if Graham got picked already. Yeah, Graham Barton. Okay, so I mean, technically he's a center. I mean, Graham Barton can be a center. I think Van Pran blocked well though for the Bulldogs. I mean, he's my guy, and when it comes to the center position, he's effective in the ground game. He's at the point of attack as a reliable pass blocker. I think Van Pran possesses the starting ability for the NFL after accepting a Senior Bowl invitation. And the Van Pran was pulled out of the game late. So I have to say that, I like Van Pran here. He fits the zone scheme, and I think it's a perfect fit for the Panthers. Now, although we need another center, I don't get why we spend high draft picks this year for a player to sit on the bench with so many needs that it starts this year. Especially when we have the first waiver pick. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm not taking a center here. I'm probably going to end up taking TJ Tampa. I mean, that's just the best defensive player available to me. So I'm taking TJ Tampa here because this is what I'm going to do next with this whole trading down thing. This is my game plan, man. You pick the best offensive player at 33, number 39, you trade down, for example, to the 44 pick, and you get your receiver. Now, I'm going to trade down again. I'm going to take this 65 pick, for example, And I'm going to trade down to we'll go 68. And I'm going to take, they were 68. They're 193 and 231. Another day, another trade down. Again, this is going to be day 3. This will be day 3 or day 2. I think is second round, third round together, and then or is it second, third, fourth, then fifth, sixth, seventh? I think that's how it goes. But again, this time we're sliding back a few spots. Okay. In exchange for some lottery picks in the 6th and 7th. Sure, they might be long shots, but hey, you never know if lightning might strike. So I'm taking 68 here. All right. Okay. And this is where I will take Cedric Van Pran. And get my center of the future. This is how I'm breaking it down. This is my game plan. Because you took the 39th pick, you traded 5 spots back. You take the 65th pick, you trade 3 spots back. And then you traded then this next one I'm going to do is I'm going to trade here. Again, I'm going to trade back with the 101. And I'm going to go to the 115th pick. And I'm going to take this pick and the 149 pick. This is a no-brainer to me because we're moving back into the 4th round, snagging a late 5th pick. It's like taking candy from a baby and draft pick. So then you think about it this way. We traded down. Okay, we traded down. We got with the 39th pick, right? You go to the 44, 5 spots, 65, 3 spots, 101, 15, 14 spots, okay? Now you've got all these draft picks that you can acquire over time. And from a salary cap perspective, these new picks won't break the bank. You got with minimal sign-on bonuses and salaries that are mere blimp on that radar. It's a low risk, high reward strategy. So if this is the type of strategy I'm talking about, I want to see out of the Panthers, because here's the thing. If Dan Morgan wants to make some waves in this draft, he knows where to find it. And that is on trading down. And just let's make that magic happen. All right. Let's make that magic happen, Captain Morgan. Okay. This is the strategy I'm trying to produce. Clay, I don't mean to be mean, but I have a strong feeling the Panthers will get another quarterback by 2026 because the price is like. And Brown, I mean, again, I think it's amazing. I was saying it in that our group chat in the Discord. And I was saying, I think we can all agree that it's a make or break year for Bryce. And if they go out in this draft and get him a center, wide receiver, tight end, running back, they build that offensive up, I still think they win 6 games at best. Okay. This team is not ready to win, and it's better on paper than it was last year, but they're definitely trying to build to bring balance back to this team. And they're building to this point to where that if Bryce ain't the guy, they can plug and play anyone else into this offense, and that's what I truly believe. But time will tell if Bryce is the guy or not. Randall, I promise you I'll explain when I'm done. So, all right, so we traded back. The reason why I'm explaining this as we're going through to it, because this is the draft strategy I think we need to take the approach at. So again, we still need a tight end, but I'm not willing to bank on Kate Stover. We need a running back. Again, I could take Audric Esteem here, Braylon Allen. I could double dip in the wide receiver room now that I have these extra picks. D line could take a Leonard Wood edge. Could be the better pick here at 112. Maybe Xavier Thomas. So, but the strategy I'm just trying to explain to you guys here is this. Is that just we need to trade down. We need to trade back, continue to trade down. I'm looking at some of these 3-4 defensive ends. I'm trying to see who's the best fit for this team. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because it looks like to me, if we're looking at a 3-4 defense, right? I'm trying to take a defensive end here. Because I still got the 115 pick. And Muhammad Kamara might fall. I mean, Leonard Taylor here wouldn't be bad. He's the best player available. Da, 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 da. I think I kind of like Leonard Taylor as a 3-4 DN. He recorded 20 tackles, had 8 sacks while he played in 8 games in 2023. He should have gone back to Miami for another season, but he decided to go to the 2024 draft. He's got a good skill set, a gifted athlete, but in college he was a massive underachiever, never produced his talent. All right, maybe not. Maybe not him. Not him. Trevin Wallace is visiting us today. Okay. Another top 30 visit, Trevin Wallace. I mean, I think I'm going to take a chance on Cade Stover. You know what? I'll take a chance on him. I mean, again, I'm going to take a chance. But I'm going to get a wide receiver here. I'm going to take Malik Washington. Now I double dipped in the draft. I was able to get Malik Washington because, again, I can double dip now at wide receiver with all the picks I got. Now I'm going to go D tackle, D end. I'm going to go defense the next 3 picks, probably. Depends on the running back situation. Yeah, I mean, Cedric Gray's right there. I mean, that's a no-brainer for me. I mean, Cedric Gray is a no-brainer for me. I mean, this is the draft strategy that I'm trying to get implemented. Like, once I'm done with this, I'll explain to you why I want this draft strategy. Now, again, they might not go the same picks. Okay, they might not go the same picks. Yeah, Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go Cedric Gray here. That's a no-brainer for me. And then of course I'm gonna take my boy as always, Mason Smith at D line. But again, now look what I can do. Hello. I need an edge rusher. So for me, it's definitely Grayson Murphy. It's definitely Grayson Murphy for me here. I mean, Brennan Jackson at 199 wouldn't be bad, but good sleeper pick here. Could take a running back, which I haven't done yet. Still could take one of these guys. I have been known to say Isaiah Davis and Rasheen Ali are both sleepers for me, so I could wait to get them. Maybe at 231. But again, I could take Isaiah Gordino or Gorino here. If I go running back here, I'm going Isaiah. I'm going Isaiah or Isaiah Gordino. If y'all don't know, if y'all haven't seen his combine, you need to go see it. He had the best combine in probably this running back draft class, besides maybe Trey Benson. He had one of the best ones. He's just not. I think he's a sleeper. He's an underrated running back, Isaiah Gordino. He could be a nice mid value pick right here. I mean, while Gordino is big, he showed shocking speed at that NFL Combine. I wish they would show his stuff, but he had a 4.33. In 2023, you can see here he averaged basically 6.1 yards per carry, 810 yards, 11 touchdowns, and then through the air he caught 22 passes for 234 yards. So I think he could be a sleeper steal here. And I think I'm going to take the chance and draft him here. Now, I mean, really, I just need an edge rusher, which I think I'm going to take Brennan Jackson here. If he falls to that 193. Come on. Please be there. All right, Brennan Jackson's there. So I'm taking Brennan Jackson as the edge rusher. Now I got 2 extra picks to work with for the fun late rounds to mess around with. Zach, thank you for the update. Trevin Wallace is visiting the Carolina Panthers. If y'all don't know who Trevin Wallace is, go look him up. He's a good linebacker. He's a good linebacker. I think he's going to be a decent. He wouldn't be a bad pick. I wouldn't say he's a great one. I think he plays more inside, though, if I'm not mistaken. He might play outside. I think he might be an outside guy then. Trying to see if I can find any information on him right now. I think he's an outside linebacker. Yeah, he is. Okay. Trevin Wallace, an outside linebacker. All right. Now, I mean, I can just kind of go wherever I want, really. Could add some more room to the cornerback. Could grab CJ Hansen for maybe some guard help. Maybe I take Willie Roberts, add some corner depth. I could take Evan Anderson or Jaden Crometti. Mm. I think I'm gonna take AJ Woods isn't bad. I'm trying to think who's someone I would take in this later round here. Uh let me look at some of these guys real quick. Phew, God dang. Bless me. Good Lord. Allergies are killing me. Let me look at this cornerback room. Because I kind of want to get another corner here. Oh my God. Thank you, Hen Brown. Thank you. Oh gosh. Whew. I'm trying to see if I can find any guys on any information on these guys. Oh, DeAndre Prince. DeAndre Prince. Okay. Not bad. No. No. Miles Harden. Okay, what do they know about this kid? It says that Harden had 2 seasons of solid pay. Solid play to play with, put himself on the radar of NFL scouts. In 2023, totaled 46 tackles. Okay. An interception. Yep. 2 passes defended. All right. Recorded 38 tackles, 6 pass breakups. Okay. All right. What else they got on these guys? Let's see if they got anything else. Willie Roberts might be the best pick here if we're going to go corner. I think I'm going to take Willie Roberts here. Add some more center depth or corner depth. Yeah, I'm going to go Willie Roberts here. Really? Well, I didn't know that. That's funny because we did that. I went defense, James. Yeah. With a draft like this, you'll know if Bryce is the guy or not. Could be. Appreciate that, Him Brown. Teams that need a center besides us is Cowboys, Eagles, Steelers, and Seahawks. Yep. Well, we got Xavier Woods on the team still, Hen, but I mean, it would be a bad pick. I just don't know if I'm going to go after that. Being wise with our draft capital, not making any risky trades, play it safe. That's my do and don'ts right there, Clay. I'm here. What I missed. Double dip wide receiver and corner is the move. Yeah, I did get another corner there. I'm going to go, and I already got another wide receiver. I'm going to go Evan Anderson here. Now you're going to see after I'm done, I'm going to explain again why I went with this draft strategy. Okay. I'm going to run through it, why we went with this draft strategy, and I'm going to explain why. And then we're going to go over the roster. This is the draft strategy I want the Carolina Panthers to go with. Okay. I got an A-. Okay. We'll break each and every one of these down. Okay. Here's the thing. So let me explain this to you again. Okay. Why we traded back 3 times. Okay. You traded down, right? So let's just take a look at the trades. Look at the trades here. You traded down the 39 to 44. Okay. You took the 65 to number 68. 3 spots. First one was 5 spots. Then 101 to 115. That's 14 spots. Okay. Now, you acquired in those draft picks. Pick 112 in the 4th round. Okay. Then you got pick 193 and 231. Okay. On top of that, on top of the trading back. And then you got a 115 and a 149. And you got more draft capital. Now, you went out and you bolstered up. You got Ladd McConkey. You get a wide receiver, right? With a lot of potential. A lot of potential, right? Um, and I think he's probably one of the best route runners in this draft class. I mean, I think a lot of people would agree with that. I definitely think Ladd's one of the best route runners in this draft class. He definitely has a great route tree. TJ Tampa, guy who can play zone or man coverage very well. Um, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on TJ Tampa a lot. Um, of course, y'all know I'm bigger on Xavier Legette than McConkey, but I think McConkey. The problem I have with McConkey is that back injury kind of is a concern for me because he was out until the final game of September in that, but he had some quiet outings. Then he came alive in that Florida game. If you go watch his game film, but over in the 2023 season, he had 29 catches, 456 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's a quick receiver. I think he's phenomenal after the catch, but his size and durability is a concern for me when it comes to Ladd. Now again, I told you about TJ Tampa, Cedric Van Pran. Y'all know how I feel about Cedric Van Pran. Great mobility, great versatility. I think he's one of the best centers in this draft class. I think he fits the zone scheme better than others. I think JPJ would fit right in too, but I think Cedric Van Pran, I'd take him over Zach Frazier. That's just my opinion. Um, that's for you guys to decide if you agree with me or not. That's fine. Tight end, Cade Stover. I think Cade Stover is actually a solid receiver tight end. He over the past 2 seasons, he's done well. He transitioned from the linebacker position, so his football IQ is definitely up there. I would say he's top 3, top 4 tight ends in this draft class. Over the past 2 seasons, though, I mean, there in Ohio State, he had over um 36 catches, 406 yards, and that was in 2022. Last year, he had 576 yards, 5 touchdowns. I think Stover can stand to improve his blocking in the NFL. Okay, he needs to improve in that, but he has receiving ability and upside to develop. Okay, I know that some of you guys might not like him or not are high on Cade Stover, and that's okay. You don't have to be, but I do like Cade Stover. Then you got Malik Washington, a guy that I am very very high on as well. He is an absolute sleeper of a wide receiver, I would say. I think he's a sleeper for the wide receiver position. He's a top slot prospect for this NFL draft. So if you're looking for a slot prospect, despite his small size, he's got great route running, football IQ, which makes him a mid round steal. But I think with further development, I think he's definitely poised to be a valuable asset to our team. Cedric Gray, of course, I mean, y'all know about Mr. Cedric Gray. He's probably one of the top outside linebackers in this draft class, if not number, which is crazy that he's going this late to me. I mean, I've seen a lot of people have him pretty high on their draft boards. So I'm surprised that even though he is right here was there at 141, Cedric Gray is one of the actually, I'm sorry, he's not an outside linebacker. He's an interior outside linebacker or interior linebacker. I'm sorry. I thought he played outside. I'm looking at his draft profile. Okay, so he's a good inside, more of an inside guy, but for some reason I thought he was outside. Maybe I'm getting him mixed up with someone else. But anyways, looking at his draft profile, he collected 121 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He also had 2 fumble recoveries, 1 interception, 4 passes defended. Now, a lot of people are saying it says that Gray has good instincts, but misses a lot of tackles. So that is an issue. I think that's the reason maybe he's falling down. They say he's not super athletic, but he plays downhill and runs well. Those of sources did say they think Gray's a very good player overall with good character, size, length, and great football character. multiple sources project him to actually go day 2. So a lot of people are projecting him now, though, for some reason, to be a day 2 pick. I'm wondering why. Yeah, well, it's a C minus because James, it's a ranking thing on here on PFF. So when it comes to the rankings, if you don't get a, you know, if you don't get him at the where he's around, because he's ranked like 92 overall, I think, or 93. That's the reason why they give you the gradings. But his ADP is pretty freaking high. Oh yeah. Oh, got some new headphones. The new Beats Studio 3s. Hell yeah. Girl. I needed some new headphones. I was like, guys, I don't know about you guys. I go through headphones like I do sunglasses. Like I go through 3 pairs, 4 pairs of headphones a year. And I said, hell with this. I'm buying an expensive pair because I'm tired of going through headphones. I like Just Strap, even though I'm a bit skeptical of McConkey. Me too. I'm a bit skeptical, but I like his route running. Mm-hmm. You've done. Thank you. Well, Darius, I don't think it's unrealistic. I think that this is the draft strategy that we need to approach with. I don't think it's unrealistic because here's the reason why, guys. The reason why I don't think it's unrealistic is because Carolina needs to have a draft strategy like this. They need to be able to trade back. They have so many holes on this team. So for me, I don't think it's not. I don't think it's not a terrible. I don't think it's unrealistic at all, honestly. I really don't. So that's just my opinion, but I go through skull candies and JBLs like nobody's business. You know what I mean? So I was just like, I'm going to get me a pair of headphones today, or a new pair of headphones. Wait, what does this say? Controls for wireless mode. Volume up, volume down, play, phone call. Okay, got you. Nice. And then what's this? Oh wow. Charge made heat me up. Charge me up. All right. Cool. And then that is a port to plug it in. Cool. All right. All right, my bad. Let me get back to you guys. I just needed some new headphones. So appreciate that. Appreciate y'all getting me that today. All right. Y'all can still hear me. Okay. So let's move on to Mason Smith here. All right. So Mason Smith, let's break him down real quick. I'm very high on Mason Smith. I think he's a sleeper. I think he's a sleeper in this draft. I think a lot of people are sleeping on him. Him and Mekhi Wingo. I think now the thing is with Smith that people don't know, he was suspended week 1 and collected 27 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 passes defended in 2023. Now the thing is he did not look like a dynamic interior defender to me. He was as he was before, because he might need some post-injury recovery prior to returning back to his early form, because Smith flashed his old self but was inconsistent when he was at LSU and he was dealing with an injury issue. He should have returned for his junior year, but I think he put together a big season, and would have been giving him a better shot at being a first rounder in 2025. So again, I think this guy could have been a first round pick if he didn't get suspended and didn't have the injury issue. But he did. So that's where we're at with him. Now Isaiah Gordino, again, I broke him down earlier, told you about his combine. I like Isaiah Gordino. Brennan Jackson. Let's talk about Brennan Jackson real quick. I got to find him. Need to find his draft. Brennan Jackson. Let's see if I can find his draft profile. Let's break him down real quick. Brennan Jackson. All right. So I will say this. He's a dangerous edge defender. He totaled up 8.5 sacks. I think actually he totaled up 9 sacks last year. 57 tackles, 3 passes defended. And then in 2022, he notched 41 tackles and 6 sacks. So he improved. He recorded 46 sacks and 5 tackles in 2021. So he's played three seasons. I think he's got the quality size. I think he could be a nice sleeper prospect in the 2024 NFL draft class. And then, of course, I bolstered up that offensive line with Willie Roberts, defensive line with Willie Roberts and Evan Anderson, but Willie Roberts for the secondary. So you got I think that we have to this is how I think we need to draft. I mean, this is just the way I look at it. Gave me an A-. I just think this is the way we need to draft. Now, I want to show y'all something else because I want to break this thing down. Okay. I want to break something down for you guys. I put this in my Discord, so I'm going to share this in a minute. All right. So we've got some holes on this team. Okay. We need to look at this depth chart now that free agency is over again. I think I just want to bring this up again. Okay. Because this is where we're standing before the NFL draft rolls around. Okay, you got the quarterback positions, Bryce Young, Andy Dalton. There's a hole there. They're going to probably end up, obviously, adding a third quarterback with some experience, whoever that may be at this point. Chuba Hubbard, Miles Sanders, Raheem Blackshear. That's a running back room. Obviously, Deontay Johnson, Terrace Marshall Jr., Adam Thielen, and Mira Smith-Marset. Hole, see, I think if whoever we draft is going to start over Jonathan Mingo. I truly believe that. I think that whoever we draft, even if it's Ladd, or it's Excel, Keon Coleman, Troy Franklin, Adonia Mitchell, I think any of those guys start over Jonathan Mingo. I truly believe that. Tight end, another hole. Again, yeah, we signed Steven Sullivan. I know I didn't put him on there, but again, are we going to rely on Ian Thomas and Tommy Tremble and Steven Sullivan? Hell no. Hell no, we ain't. Ike Ekwonu, Brady Christensen. That's your left tackles. Again, Brady Christensen, he's kind of versatile, can move into left guard too. We know that. Okay, Damian Lewis, Chandler Zavala, Austin Corbett, Robert Hunt, Cade Mays, Taylor Moton, Josh Nijman. Now, Josh can play right or left. You can maneuver this around any way you guys want to. Okay, I'm just doing it this way. I'm just showing you how I think it's going to line up. Okay. The hole, definitely the center position. That's where Cedric Van Pran came in. That's why or Zach Frazier or JPJ, whoever they decide to go with. Okay. Defensive end, Derek Brown, LeBron Ray, Shy Total, Nick Thurman, nose tackles. Even though O'Shawn Robinson and Meade needs to be at nose tackle. All right. I think O'Shawn Robinson needs to be at nose tackle, but that's just me. Nick Thurman did step up in a couple games when in front of Shy Total. But there is a hole there behind O'Shawn Robinson, so that's where Brennan Jackson probably would come in. Okay, Jadeveon Clowney, Cavlon Chasen, Amari Barno, DJ Wanum, Hole, DJ Johnson. Now in that mock draft, I didn't really get an outside linebacker, right? I went inside with Cedric Gray. So we probably would still have a hole there, unfortunately, unless we pick somebody up in waiver wires. Shaq Thompson, Chandler. All right, so we got that hole filled there with that draft we just did for right here. With when we went and got Cedric Gray there. But Shaq Thompson, Chandler Woodland, Claude, Claudelin, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Cheerless, whatever. Josie Jewell, and then Tay Davis, J.C. Horn, Troy Hill, Deshaun Jameson. Then you got a hole there. Dane Jackson, DeCaprio Boodle. Again, I can't sit here and rely on J.C. Horn to stay healthy and then have to rely on Troy Hill, Dane Jackson, Deshaun Jameson. If J.C. Horn goes down, we're stuck with these four. That's why I'm like saying this cornerback room, you can't tell me you're willing to not go in this draft and not get a cornerback. I think that's why I went. I think TJ Tampa in the second round makes sense to me, or Kool-Aid McKinstry. James, you might be right. I could see TMJ beat him out too. He doesn't get fucking open. And then we look at the safety positions. There's no really hole there. Special teams. Really isn't no hole there either. I mean, we can see, the Panthers have addressed like several positions during free agency, but again, there's still a few holes, especially at wide receiver, tight end, defensive end, outside linebacker, inside linebacker, cornerbacks, and then other than that, maybe safety. But I mean, you could say Jamie Robinson or Sam Franklin could take over for Xavier Woods. I'd be interested in bringing in a kicker to have some competition with Eddie Pinheiro. I will be willing to do that. I think, again, this draft will be crucial for rounding out the roster and addressing these remaining needs. And I think that's the reason why I say the trading down strategy, whether they do it once, twice, 3 times, it needs to be done. It needs to be done. I truly believe that. But again, it is what it is. If they don't, it is what it is. So, but that's what you're looking at from a roster standpoint. Oh. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound that like button, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 50 likes. Trying to get this live stream to 50 likes, so I greatly appreciate it. We're at 30, so 20 more would definitely help out. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the floor open to you guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something for you guys. Not create it, but I'm just going to put something up. We'll round it out with a nice little Q&A. Basically, ask me any questions in the chat. Chat Q&A. So just put and mods, if you see anybody with any questions, make sure that you star them for me or pin them as they come in so I can see them, or I'll try to keep up if they start coming through. That was fun this past Friday, though, guys. We're going to start doing this every single Friday where we are going to do Fan Fridays. Basically, you guys go into the Discord and uh you will obviously um put your questions in or your topics in the chat in that chat. It's called Fan Friday Discussions in the Discord, and I kind of just post them up onto the stream, and we break them down. So it's fun. It's fun. It was fun doing that this past Friday. So we're gonna do that again every Friday. We'll make that a Friday ordeal. All right. All right, guys. Well, I'm actually probably gonna I'm probably gonna hop off. I'm probably gonna hop off. It's been a good stream today. There wasn't much going on. There's not much going on until we really get to the home stretch of this draft. I mean, I feel it's right around the corner. So again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It was fun breaking down my draft strategy, breaking down the do's and don'ts for this draft for the Carolina Panthers, and then taking a peek at the roster and where we got holes, right? We got a lot of holes to fill, obviously. So it was fun breaking that down with you guys and breaking down the draft picks and all that. So again, I appreciate everyone joining. Make sure you pound the like button, subscribe, become a member today. I'll be live again tomorrow, so I appreciate it. Again, make sure you pound the like button and subscribe. It is free. If you want to take it an extra step, become a member today. All right. Merch on the way. I appreciate everyone joining. And as always, guys, y'all know what to do. Keep pounding. Peace.